Senzu can return pretty soon. What happened to team spirit? Pro players should be banned from sax? Well, hello there friends, this is CS2 News Hub. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. And as always, we'll start today's video with our roster shuffles, and once again, OG has been affected. Earlier we already mentioned that Flamus might join the team, but now the transfer is almost 100% guaranteed, even if it will only be a loan. This was reported by Sheep Esports, and according to their latest info, if Flamus manages to prove himself in the lineup in the main roster, OG might fully buy him out from virtuspro. OG themselves hope that Flamus, together with cadiaN as the IGL, will help the organization realize its ambitions and rebuild the team after their disastrous performances at pre-major tournaments, which affected their invite chances to the main event of the second half of the year. Let us remind you that OG currently sits in the 40th place in HLTV rankings and also 35th in the Valve rankings. And lately, their results have been, let's just say, questionable. Reddit users would probably call it peak OG consistency, but we shall be polite. Speaking of changes and Sheep Esports leaks, we obviously couldn't skip heroics reshuffles. Recently, it became known that the team definitely won't remain without changes, and it's even known who is the very likely player to join the roster. It's chrizn from OG, but whose place will he take? At first, insiders claimed that he would replace alkaren, and for a moment, the Opper himself even confirmed it, but later it turned out that Sheep Esports made a mistake, and the former OG player actually replaced LNZ in the roster. Moreover, that might be not the only change for the team, as there also are rumors about a youngster who might be leaving the roster due to poor performances. Who will take his spot is still unknown. Yeah guys, just classic roster shuffle chaos. We don't know who's joining, we don't know who's leaving, but we're sure something will explode soon.
Hey guys, before we jump to the next news, let me just take a minute to tell you about our friends at ForceDrop. They're one of the oldest and most trusted case opening websites out there. These guys have been in the game for over 9 years. Whether you're into free cases, super cheap ones, or rare and risky drops, they've got it all. There are also tons of game modes to check out, battles, contracts, and my personal favorite, Upgrade, where you can turn a basic skin into a knife. They also run constant giveaways for those who deposit, with some seriously juicy prizes up for grabs. Plenty of deposit options too, including crypto. And if you use crypto, you will get an extra 3% bonus. And here's the best part, we've got an exclusive promo code for you, News Hub. Enter it on the site or just click the link in the pinned comment, and you will get a 40% bonus to your deposit, top tier drops, and instant cash outs. That's what ForceDrop is about. Check it out and see for yourself.
Although what is known for sure is that Senzu might soon return to Tier 1, at least that's how James Banks stated. According to the legendary host, he has heard certain rumors regarding this player, and what's even more interesting is that Senzu might not just join a Tier 1 org, but might actually come back to the Mongolz. Surely this is not confirmed yet, and so far remains just a rumor that Banks briefly mentioned in his latest video, but what if it turns out to be true? Are the Mongolz really ready to forgive their player for everything he has been accused of and bring him back despite all the reputational risks? I mean, dark times happen to all of us, so maybe he developed as a character and can come back stronger. Who knows? The reshuffles also affected virtuspro. Recently, their coach left the lineup of his own accord, leaving the team temporarily without a mentor. Not that they need one, because they are not attending the Budapest Major. But many wondered who will replace Finn, and as it turns out, VP already has a solution. Most likely the new coach will be Problem, and that's not a pun, it's his nickname, Problem, who previously worked with VP's youth team. team. And you know what, guys? In theory, this move could actually work. Recently, several academy players have joined the main lineup, and if the coach arrives with them, perhaps virtuspro will slowly begin to return to tier 1. But for that to happen, the team must first deal with many issues inside the roster itself. Yeah, you know, the small stuff, like for example, playing well. And since we're talking about coaches, we just can't ignore energy. So they announced that their captain, NITR0, will not be able to attend the major as his child is expected to be born around that time. And he will be replaced by the team's coach, daps. Originally, Energy tested various players as a substitute, but most declined, not wanting to take the role of the in-game leader or were simply not worth it. And because of this, the final choice fell on the team's coach. To understand the situation better, we asked the team's analyst, Innershine, for an exclusive comment. Here's what Innershine said. It wasn't a surprise. We were prepared. The situation is simple. NITR0 is the IGL, so the easiest replacement is daps. Damian kept his individual form in shape in case he had to play in Budapest. The mood in the team is fine. No one is particularly upset. We are ready to play with daps for as long as needed. However, the community did not react kindly, and the main hater of the situation turned out to be Moses. In his opinion, pro players should be banned from having sex in early March, because the second major of the year takes place in November or December. And I mean, on the one hand, his approach is extremely harsh, but on the other, it does make a strange kind of sense, right? Personally, I wouldn't forbid players from, you know, intimacy. In the end, it's their own responsibility. But also, it's about the team as well, because esports is a team thing, you know? Anyways, tell us in the comments below if it's worth to sacrifice your relationships for the sake of CS. Alright, let's now talk about the elephant in the room, Team Spirit. Ever since their last roster shakeup, let's be real, the Dragons' results have been kinda meh. They've been struggling to even crack the top 4 at big events, and don't even get me started on Thorin's take. The man's already counting them out of the major playoffs. Can you imagine? Yeah, I know, Thorin's opinion is just Thorin's opinion. Luckily for us, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jame, recently blasted the fans with some actual insight. According to the Parivision's IGL and the legendary major winner, the real issue isn't the game itself or how the Team Spirit roster plays. It's the insane pressure from the fans and the community. Everyone wants Team Spirit to win, like yesterday. But building a new team synergy and finding your own style isn't something you do overnight, you know? It's a long and painful process sometimes, and it gets 10 times harder when you have an entire fanbase breathing down your neck, pointing out your every tiny mistake. It doesn't help at all. So Jame basically advised the fanbase to keep it cool, because the players can't focus properly and the pressure just keeps building. And honestly, I tend to believe Jame and to agree with him. If people want Spirit to actually start winning, maybe just give them some space and time to breathe, you know? But wait guys, there's more. Jame also dropped some knowledge about the whole simple and electronic situation in BCG. He basically said that knowing these guys and their personalities, there's no way they're just there to collect a paycheck and chill. The recent poor results, well, Jame says it's all about a team having, let's say, a weak lineup. Jame thinks that if Simple and Electronic actually managed to drag this team into the top tier, it would be a straight-up miracle powered solely by their sheer willpower and grind. I mean, think about it. They joined a team with no star players, no free invites to big events, and no established system. Of course, the results are what they are right now, and yeah, it's kinda while to see Simple consistently at the bottom of the scoreboard, though he has been playing a lot of Dota recently. So yeah, make of that what you will. But yeah, just as Jame said, Electronic and Simple are not there to just get paid. They will want to win eventually. Either the guys are just waiting for the major to end to make some roster moves, or maybe just maybe Jame is off the mark on this one. What do you think, guys? Tell us in the comments below. Well, if anyone needs a bit of luck, it's CS at the Esports Awards this year. Our beloved game got the short end of the stick, award-wise. The CS2's winner's circle was pretty small. ZywOo snagged the best PC player of the year, not Donk. Vitality got the team of the year, not Falcons, surprisingly. And Dupreeh got a well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award. Oh yeah, and speaking of Falcons, they won the Esports Organization of the Year, which is, I guess, bigger than the Team of the Year. Anyways, it's also a bit of a head-scratcher, but since the Falcons' owner also runs the Esports Awards, we'll just let you form your own opinion on that one, and obviously drop it in the comments below. Pretty much all of other major awards went to Riot Games and their projects. The biggest one, Esports Game of the Year, went to League of Legends, obviously. But here's something interesting. You know XQC, right? One of my favorite case opening streamers. He shared his opinion about League of Legends winning the award. XQC basically said that CS should win that title every single year because it's simply made for viewers to understand. It's dynamic, it's always exciting. And though he loves League of Legends, he says that this game doesn't deserve the award. Anyways, I guess there should be a consolation prize. Our game is so good and popular that even streamers from other communities are ready to defend its honor. But who needs the Esports Awards anyways? We have HLTV, right? Anyways, my friends, thank you for watching. That's all for today, but don't forget to hit the like button, to subscribe to the channel, and drop by in the comments below. Just to remind you, the major is just around the corner, and we will be doing our best to cover it. So make sure to hit the notification bell. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.